Okay. I thought it was going to be a longer extended period of time. This is actually the last scene that was filmed in the entire season. So this has to be the woman with the issue of blood.
It is not your job to feed the 5,000. It is only to provide the loaves and fish.
Here we go. Episode 4 sneak
Together,
peek. Let's
watch
go.
God feed the 5,000, but we're only responsible for the loaves and fish. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Enjoy this sneak peek.
By using us as vessels, Jesus gave us power, but no understanding.
Why doesn't he just miraculously fix this cistern?
You'd have to ask him that. It's a problem.
Excuse me, you don't want to go to that well. I know of a secret spring just north of town.
What is that? You don't know what I've been through.
You don't know what I've been through.
I've had rumors.
I do have a past.
I'm frightened. Of course you will. Rabbi, am I being punished by God?
Jairus! Jairus!
Oh, okay. All right, let's go through that real fast because that's really interesting. There's a lot of really
what do you
key
think?
parts.
Because plus I'm slower than you. Like, you catch on things faster.
All right, so here we see them back together already. So the 2x2 must happen really quickly.
This looks
Is episode
like
4. No, this is Jesus was sitting there. Remember they did 2 different scenes that were very similar. This is just the 12 that are together.
Okay.
We went over this in the behind the scenes when we were looking at all the recording and stuff. This is a different scene. So by episode 4,
But
they're
this
already
is
back together.
what I was gonna say is this is Simon's house and
Yeah.
not Peter's. I mean Matthew's.
Yeah, this is Simon's house. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Same set.
Yeah, same exact set, same exact table. Everything's set up how it was before.
Okay.
But so they're back already together. And in this scene, we know that Nathaniel comes and he sits next to little James because he's like, oh wow, I have to hear what happened to Big James on your trip because he's so different.
Oh.
So like we already know that this is past the 2x2.
Is this Jesus?
No, he's not here. That's Philip.
Oh, Philip.
Yeah, so it's Philip, Matthew, Simon Z,
Yeah.
Big James, Simon, etc. So
Gotcha.
So we see them, they're already back. So the 2x2 is not, I thought it was going to be a longer extended period of time. I think they are going to time skip. Like it is going to take up a lot of time, but it's not going to be a whole
I think what
episode.
goes on longer in scripture at least is the 72 that go out 2x2.
Sure, I don't think we get like a full idea of the time frames of either of those.
Yeah.
But like, cause I was doing a lot of research on those 2 verses last week. I don't think we get a lot of time frame on those 2 things, but here, like, it just looks like it's a very short amount of time in the episode.
Yeah.
So it looks like
I
those
see what
clips
you're
that
saying.
we've seen before are really the only things we're going to get. We're not going to get extended periods of time with the 2x2s,
Okay.
which is going to be interesting to see how that kind of works.
So yeah.
Then we also see this is actually the last scene that was filmed in the entire season. Is Gaius and Simon at the well. And Gaius is asking him, why doesn't he just miraculously fix the cistern? Right.
Yeah.
And obviously we're having the issues with the sewage getting into the cistern.
Yeah.
Which is what Quintus has been worried about this whole time.
Just miraculously fix this cistern.
So
And
what
we
is
see
this?
that there. This is a cistern, so it's a well where they get water.
And it's pulling up poopies.
Yeah, it's obviously sewage in there. Yeah.
Have to ask him that.
This guy.
What is that?
It's got to be sewage of some sort.
Ew, why is he touching
Or
it?
either that, or he's a mason that's trying to fix it. Maybe.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
But it does look really gross.
Yeah. Uh huh.
Yeah, I don't know. It could be either. So,
It's a problem.
but that reaction makes me think that it's,
Poopies.
Hey everybody, good to see you guys. We're breaking down this little sneak peek from episode 4, and then we'll get into episode 3. We'll break down everything. If you guys do have questions, let us know if you have any from episode 3, and we'll dive into those as well. Remember, this is the guy that's supposed to be fixing it from episode from episode 2. And then this is the guy we also saw with Gaius, who's working with him.
Right.
This looks like a Pharisee here. We did see Pharisees in the behind the scenes when they were filming this scene as well.
Excuse me.
So this has to be the woman with the issue of blood.
Yeah.
So she's saying you don't want to go to that cistern because,
Poopies.
because it's disgusting.
You don't want to go to that well. I know of a secret spring just north of town.
What is that?
And so she's saying, what is that? Because I think what she's doing is she's doing her laundry because there's blood all over it. And so I think it's hurting her.
I thought she was feeling something. Like, ow.
No, she's looking at her, like looking at something happening. Now we saw this scene in the behind the scenes as well, and I know that there's blood here because they had that. Remember, I broke down.
That fake
having
blood
that
bottle.
fake blood bottle, and they had a bunch of laundry, and they had blurred out some certain people's faces so that we didn't know who was in this scene. So it looks like Eden is meeting the woman with the issue of blood for the first out of everybody.
She don't know what I...
And then here we're going to get this scene. This is one of the scenes that we get with Tamar and Mary, but it's not the big one. So this is the big one is in a different room, and they're kind of like sitting down, unless it gets to that point later on. But Tamar's kind of like, she's heard the rumors of Mary, but she wasn't actually there when everything happened, you know? And she hasn't heard like what happened to Mary before. So she's saying, you don't know what I've been through.
I've been through.
You don't know what I've been through.
I've had rumors.
I do have a past.
Yeah. So they're kind of like figuring each other out. So Tamar's going to open up more later, but here I think this conversation actually gets interrupted by Zebedee, and he comes in the door, and then Mary's like, "Do you want to try our olive oil?" Because we saw that in the behind the scenes. So I don't know. We'll see where that lines up. He says, "I'm frightened."
Of course.
Jairus says, "I'm frightened." He says, "Of
Of course you are. Rabbi, am I being punished by God?"
Jairus!
For his daughter.
Jairus!
And then his daughter's getting sicker and sicker. I don't think she'll be healed in this episode, raised in this episode, but maybe in episode 5. Because remember, aren't episode 4 and 5, isn't it Cleansed Part 1, Cleansed Part 2?
I don't remember,
Yeah, they're titled Cleansed Part 1, Cleansed Part 2 for episodes 4 and 5. And then episode 6 is Intensity. So we know that Cleanse is going to be a 2-parter. So we'll probably see the healings happen in part 2.
Cleanse could also mean like the thingies, the cisterns getting cleansed, since there were this is like the second or third time they were mentioning it.
But it'd be weird for Jesus to do that. Like, it'd just be weird because it's not in Scripture,
necessarily that Jesus fix it. You get what I'm saying? Like,
I guess I don't know.
I don't know. They're obviously they're playing into that for something.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's part of Gaius's journey to come to faith in him, you know? Yeah, I don't know. And that's the end. So that's Cleansed Part 1. So that's really interesting. Hey, if you like this segment from our live stream, you can sign up for our Patreon to see the entire full unedited live stream right now. You can click that link in the description down below or go to patreon.com/thesnipelife. This is by far the best way to support us here in this ministry, as it gives us monthly recurring revenue to help us to sustainably do this YouTube thing. And it also helps us to do things like our Israel trip coming up in 2023 and the next one that you can be a part of in 2024. All of your support means the world to us, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.